You are now listening to Empty Out the Clip.
This is for grandmas that pass knowledge down through stories and songs. Most are not with us no longer. We pay homage to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We pay homage to you. Yeah, yeah.
Born and raised in the 2024 in a time way before technology connected us all. I was raised about
Hakahelo aki e malo ni ulu tonu mai ko toko ingo ko haleti te hai o te kau tipi ulu. Joining me today on this very beautiful Sunday afternoon on Tokelau language week. I got none other than the man himself, the man who makes it all happen, producer Cams. Malo ni.
So boys, what's up? EOTC. Glad to be back here, running straight with you guys. Let's go.
Yo. And then sitting in on also in the studio, it's been a minute. Man, Eddie, the butcher. Malo huhio.
Malo Uso. Yo, Malo Cams, and all the people watching. Malo.
All right, awesome, man. It's good to see you both on the show today. It's probably a heavy one, but man, you know the drill. Get into some hakata aloha, do some shout outs. Let's go. Butcher.
Yo, shout out to Westside Boxing, man. Had some good sessions this week. My LST brothers, the Waruso Sam. Also to my family, man. Big shout out to my family, Matalena and Wadi and Shirley. We held it down while Mum was overseas with Ngese. Shout out to Ngese and her husband Garo for looking after Mum while they traveled over to Samoa. And just want to put a special shout out to Hera McClutchy and Deep South Kickboxing, who hosted an event down south and featured a lot of our up and coming fighters and our well established fighters like the Nansen family. So big shout out to all you guys and alofa aku and congratulations. Seki.
Nice.
Yeah, I should make shout outs to Doso Eza and Brian for having me on their podcast, the Armchair Benchwarmers. It's a new sports show that's out now. Also, shout outs to everyone that listens in to the WesWes Network content, especially the brothers over here holding it down for the EOTC. Yeah, man, click like and subscribe and all that. And yeah, man, shout outs to all the listeners out there too. Thanks for listening.
Nice. Sick.
Man, just a first shout outs to all the Tokelau people. Mena hoi ki nā tino ko atama hai ke haina ako ngā video i lunga tato social medias. Whena hoke ki a Flipa yo pati. Appreciate the love and the heart that you're putting into sharing the language amongst your socials. Whena hoke ki nā kau ohio i nā nuku kehe te mo tēnei i te North Island. To Poiroa, to Hutt Valley, to Taupo, Rotorua, and also up here in Auckland. It's been awesome to see the festivities carried out throughout the week. But I really appreciate Ngā Toina Mana Matatua who are sharing their videos on how the Tokelau and the importance of keeping the heritage and the culture alive. Yep, that wraps up my shoutouts. WesWes Network proudly brings to you the EOTC. And man, it has been a journey for us. You can also find us on our socials. You can also hear us on Apple, also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Empty Out the Clip. You can also find us on our YouTube channels. We have 2 more new YouTube channels. You can also see our film and TV, also the new sports. You can see these 2 beautiful faces up there. Just give us a like, subscribe, help the WesWes Network grow. You can also find us on Facebook with a Facebook page. Send a request, empty out the clip, answer the few questions, security will let you in. Seki boys, man, we got a shirt, man. It's been blowing up all over social media ever since this letter has been put forward to the community. And it's gone as far as getting hits from our local MP, Labour government leader, Carmel Sepoloni. And that's the turning of the beloved only all-boys school out in West Auckland, Kelston Boys High School, being converted into a charter school. So I know there's a whole lot of passion coming behind both sides of this argument and whether it's good or not good for the community. But seeing you both probably mutual, what we call it, affiliates of our brother school, considering that the WesWes Network is multi-lingered with the brotherhoods in our schools. But yeah, he wants to go first on that one, man, because I've decided to take a back seat and just chuck in my lima sene when I feel like, yeah. But we'll start with you, Butch.
Yup. Yeah, because I'm a listening old boy, and I'm looking at this from an outside perspective, and there's the thing is, you look at schools. Do you look at it as just a place of education, or do you look at it as a community hub that's building young men? And I see it as a second. Like, the education, you get it from every school, but that sense of legacy as that special character that every school has. And I've known that from listening. So from Kelston, I know that they do services academies with the New Zealand Defence Force. They do career and pathways outreach with local schools. And they also support a lot of students that go into the building and construction industry, the workforce, the military, sports, and community outreach. This charter school, I think they're focusing along of the low academic attainment with the university entrance rate being at 12.1%. But like, using that as a justification is, I reckon it's wrong, because a lot of students, like me, I can't learn in the classroom. I'm good with my hands, but not good with writing or numbers and that. So I joined the walk first and ended up in the butchery industry. So for me, it's like, how do you measure success? Even if Kelston needed to work on some things, you do the report, send it to them, and let them do it themselves. I feel like this hostile takeover would just not only break the community into halves, where people are entrenched in their lines, but also destroy the character that I reckon that Kelston has had in the area. And I've worked alongside a lot of Kelston old boys, and they'll rip Kelston for life. You know what I mean? So this takeover for me just feels weird, how they would take on a big school like Kelston. A lot of people, a lot of young men in leadership roles have come from that school, and I think if there is a problem, then let the school handle it themselves instead of doing this hostile takeover. But yeah, that's my 10 cents. How about you, Cams?
Yeah, I agree with you. I am also neutral here. I didn't attend Kelston Boys High School, but I do have a lot of friends that have gone there, and do know a lot of family members that have gone there too. So Kelston Boys High over the years, for me, has always been that school. Represents West Auckland in terms of culture, in terms of Pacifica culture, sport, rugby. Probably the only 1A school that represents West Auckland for the longest time. I know this year Liston's up there now, but for the longest time it's always been Kelston Boys High, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a dominant school out west, popular school out west, and the culture is really strong too. This charter school thing, like when I first heard it, man, I was kind of shocked because it kind of like came out of the blues, and when I was reading it, it was kind of like like you're pointing out, a hostile takeover, and it felt hostile the way the language was done and the letter the principal put out there. And then when you pointed to the organization, this Bangers organization, and what they're going to do, you go to their website and they've got an actual thing about the school takeover. You read it, and again, it feels hostile. Like, you read the words, and it's like, we're going to take over because they're not good academically. They've been bad academically for so long. We can come in and change it. And then talk about sports, like they've been the sport of rugby league has been, dumbed down at that school. We need to bring it up, same level as rugby is going. I was like, okay. It seemed unprofessional, the way they were talking about it. And I was shocked because Kelston Boys High, like we know Kelston Boys High, like the culture that been strong for years, and for someone to come or some organization to come out of the blue and take over and prey on the vulnerability of the school right now. We all know that the academics has been probably the lowest ever, the lowest ever. They threw out some stats in there, like 17% pass mark to go to university at Kelston Boys compared to 77% in Avondale College, up to, was it 90% pass mark in Liston? They took time to say, the next boys' school out west, and doing much better academically. But, I thought I put up a post on the MT Clip Facebook page under the article, and I said, when you're vulnerable, the sharks start to circle, and that's what it feels like. So I'm afraid of, if this does happen and they take over, I'm scared for the culture of Kelston Boys High to disappear. You can't change culture overnight, but something like this will happen. And I think that's what's got the community talking about it. It's got the old boys talking about it. It's got everybody talking about it. It's pretty controversial, and I have to agree with Carmel Cepoloni when she came on the article. She said that, we got to get rid of these cowboy organizations that are taking over, stuff like this. So it feels like a cowboy organization. It feels like out of the blue. I don't know the details, the finer details around it. I know charter schools is a subject that the government is trying to bring into New Zealand. David Seymour is a strong advocate for charter schools. I believe one opened in Christchurch earlier this year. I believe there's funding available for new charter schools. The government has put up $150 million, and that's for new charter schools. Also, they're wanting some public schools to convert to charter schools. So I don't know if this is the first established school want to convert to a charter school that the government was talking about earlier on this year. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, it's just weird. It's just a weird thing to happen, but it's controversial because it's like an overnight thing. Like, you can't come in and change something overnight. And I think the ramifications of this takeover will be a lot in terms of what the identity of Kelston, just the identity of everything around it, the past and the past, will be is it going to be just washed away? Is the past going to be washed away? Everyone that's built Kelston Boys to be it is now. But, like I said, Kelston Boys is vulnerable now with their low academics. Sharks are circling. This is a big shark. Is this the only way to get the academics up in Kelston? Is a charter school the only answer? I don't think so. What is the answer? That can't be the only answer. There has to be other options. I think the first option is that, I think Kelston Boys High have to acknowledge that they need help academically. These numbers are not good. These numbers have to go back up. Charter school is not the only answer. There's been situations in the past where schools have been down and out and come back up. Look at Hinson High. When I was at school, Hinson High was like the lowest. No one wants to go there because bad academics, fights, gangs, all that kind of stuff. When I was in high school, I didn't go to Hinson High, but that was the culture of the Hinson High. It was a bad school. It was known as a bad school. And look at it now. They got a new principal. They implemented uniforms because they had no uniforms when I was in high school. And, now they're a good academic school now. They don't have a rugby team, which I'll scratch my head because the great Michael Jones went there. And, man, how can you be Hinson High, have Michael Jones go there, and you don't have a rugby team? What's up with that, man? But I'm just saying, man, it's been done before, man. Look at Hinson High. They've come up, right? Yeah. Hinson High has come up. They're great school out west now for academics. Yeah. Kelston can do the same. How? I don't think charter schools is the answer. Might be something else. Maybe there's a wake-up call for the community to help the school. Maybe it's for MOE to look at, or not MOE. Maybe it's the teachers, the principal, a wake-up call for them to look at what's happened and bring the school up to where it was before. Because I'm sure it wasn't this low academically.
Yeah. Or even just give the school a chance to rectify it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just make a report and be like, hey, look, I'm taking over now. You gotta give them a chance for redemption.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm interested to see how this plays out. It'll be a sad day if it is a takeover, but like Lady said in the introduction, like, you know, school is about academics first and foremost, right? And the success of the pupils that come out of it. Like, you don't want to finish school and do nothing, be a bum and that. Like, you want to be successful when you come out of school. Like, that's the foundation of your education and stuff like that. So 17% is poor. That needs to go up. But at the same time, this is 2025. Like, is university the answer now for kids these days, or is it going to a course? There's a lot of options. There's a lot of options now. University is not the only answer now. I think when you read what the Bangers side were saying, university is the only option. Nah, there's courses, there's stuff like that. So yeah, it's interesting that these guys came out of the blue and just go in attack mode. These guys feels like these guys are on attack mode, and there's no room for negotiation or nothing. You guys suck. We're gonna take over. We're gonna change it around. I don't care what anyone thinks. We're gonna do this. I was like, hey, come on, man, slow down, man. Whoa, hold up.
Relax the ball sack.
Relax. Yeah, but I'm interested to hear your take, Leti, because you know, you're an old boy.
Firstly, I'm just gonna say thank you to Eddie Tuiaviti for tagging us in something heavy, and I appreciate the fact that, you know, we can tag so many old boys who are doing community things and big things in the community to sort of rally up to sort of have our opening batters go into bat, man. Because all I can say is to bangers into that well-being trust is like, make sure your bowlers are bowling steel balls, man. Because I can tell you that the line of batters that are sitting there at the moment, I'll be picking my nose, saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna start," but I'll be near the end to when we're batting, you know. Yeah, I think from what I've read in their report, and I'm not even going to say names to be honest, because respectively, I've always said this to all the boys who are messaging me and telling me about how they feel about stuff, is that at the end of the day, these old boys are still old boys. Like, let's just remember that. We earn our own when they go inside, or if they do time, if they've done bad things, but they're still our old boys. We'll never watch that off them. Like, you come through the gates, you're an old boy through and through. Now, Bangers uses this brotherhood and used it as sort of to paint the school in the worst light that they can do. And it's funny that they put it in their report and say the brotherhood and refer to the brotherhood by giving it the quotation marks throughout their whole report, yet they paint our school like it's a shit school. Like, that's the funniest part of their report. If you read the 26-page report, and you read through all the things that they feel that could be better, yet they use all the teachers who actually gave their 5 cents by do not reply, we have a person you can consult with. It's just, it's funny that you can go and take all that stuff and put it out there on their page for people to go and click and read, yet paint our school the worst as they can. Then you read their 56-page report and you just see all the good that could come out of it, which is like, oh wow, that's cool, but trying to stay positive, but locking in 5 subjects and like 3 core subjects to remain, and that be the only itinerary and the only curriculum that all the students have to read. Like, I don't think that's a good thing. Like, that to me pretty much narrows down that all these kids who will suffer in class, who don't learn the way everyone else learns, like myself, I would struggle in that capacity inside the classroom.
Same.
And to have so many science options, like, if there was one dream job that I wish I could do and I was smart enough to do, if I could spell all the words, would be a physiotherapist. But fucking clearly that ain't gonna happen. But I'll probably learn all the practical stuff, you know. I've probably been to so many physios, I already know what the physios are already gonna tell me to go do to recommend and rehab myself before I need surgery, like all that stuff. But yeah, I think just erasing the bilingual units where culture is a massive thing in school. Like, that was the beginning when I learned to sort of understand the Toa Samoa and the Ngangana. To erase all of those, the Māori unit, the Tongan unit, and all that stuff was pretty scary. It might not serve you enough credits to get into university at any capacity, but I mean, they've used stuff like misleading families about UE entry, and I don't think many kids, I mean, unless your parents cannot speak a word of English and that's been lost in translation, with the kids going home and telling them I did really well in my NCEA, mum and dad, with my units and that, but it's not enough to get me into university. Or maybe the careers advisory at school needs to get on top of that, you know. I'm not gonna drop names, but it's just like, hey, they can easily be misled or misunderstood. What I don't like is the snake in the grass who's come and done a whole lot of stuff for the school in the past, and then he's just chucked this out there like that. Like that to me is like where the okay, that is like the meanest grass cut of like where did that come from, you know? And clearly the community is sort of just taken back from how fast this is moving. But I mean, you think about it. If they made a report shitting on the school, making it look as worse as it can be, and they're dropping it around about exams time and the end of the year, school year, like how, I don't know, man. They've obviously done their work on when to do it and how it might look. But another thing is like trying to say that rugby league needs the recognition that does at the school above rugby. 25 minutes each way is not a competition, man. I mean, touch games run longer than that. I mean, rugby is an established sport in most Ivy League schools, man. And rugby is pretty much the toughest competition in secondary schools, competition in the school. So in any school, whether it deserves to be. I mean, if there were pathways for rugby league players to go straight into the NRL from here, bro, Kelston St. Paul's, Mags, Grammar, easy. But whether they can create, I mean, unless they create like a first 15 like competition as high as standard as first 15 rugby, because you might as well just say it, man. First 15 rugby in the 1A comp is semi-professional, man. You pretty much is 6 days a week. Unless rugby league's doing that, I mean, you got to give credit to Kelston, man. They got a whole lot of academy players that are pretty much pathways into the NRL and into the academies. But I mean, there's no competition in secondary schools levels apart from nationals. You just saw what happened this year. 2 weeks notice, one or two trainings, and they took out the nationals. Where was the competition? They all been playing like, you know, regional and pretty much like Auckland rugby, which is rugby league. Nah, it's sad. It's a sad day. It's a sad day because, yeah, like you both mentioned, there might be stuff that the school lacks in, like in the classroom. But I mean, a lot of these kids will probably lack that focus, right? But stuff like trades, like becoming plumbers, builders, new welders. Man, I know so many tradies. The only thing the school lacks in terms of tradies these days is mechanics, man. There's a lot of auto electricians, but there's no mechanics out there. Like if they put like a mechanics schools inside the school grounds, man, the school probably flourish even more. But is that a university degree? That's more of a polytech sort of thing, right? Yeah, nah, I think the way they've gone about it, like even as far as quoting them on their why they didn't sit down with the community and have this conversation, because they fear that the so-called parents that they do have on their side to turn the school into a charter school might be come after from the PTTA and that, like all of that rubbish, man. I've said it in the past, man. When you want to call a community to sit down, either paru the ava and share the cup, or sit down and put on a mea ai, man. That's the only way you gotta go about doing things like this. But this here, bro, this will ruin the culture of our school, and there's no way you can grow that back. You can plant all the yams and kalo in the ground, man. Whether it grows or not is another thing, man. But like I said, paru the ava, share the cup, man, and bring something to the table, man. Because this sort of shit is like, it's got no culture. It's not even culturally right, man. So looking forward to how Eddie lines his betting order when he gets in. But I know I'm not going more, that's for sure, bro. I know that much.
I just want to say one thing though, like maybe they gotta do some PR and change their name because the name Bangers with a Z. Like, you know, with the amount of stories coming out in the news with teachers molesting children and all that kind of stuff, you see in the news, man. There's a lot going around. The word bang in your name shouldn't be, you know, related to being somewhere in school, man.
Yeah, my heart goes out to the I know, because I've said it, man. Like they're our old boys. They're still they're still us, man. So I don't like the idea of us. I like the idea of chucking like banter back and forth and saying, "Oh, this might be better for us," but that better for us is not a umbrella thing for everyone. You know what I mean? And I've even shared on our forum, like, draining your energy to reply to every comment about everything that's been popping up and just people's opinions, man. Social media is just an opinion, man. I mean, it's not like gold, you know. So yeah, man, I think the worst case is like, man, say goodbye to the legacy of the KOB and literally every other guy because most kids came from outside the zone, man. And we've made it a crusade to get our roll up ever since all the bad publicity that's happened in the last 10 years. So for this report to come out, I mean, hopefully this attracts more kids to come to the school, and then this banger shit doesn't go through, man. But I mean, man, every old boy has pretty much sent their kids back into the school. A lot of guys live outside the zone, sending their kids into the school. Like, that's what we're trying to do as an old boys community, to try and get our numbers up, man. And man, it's just sad that this report's come out the way it is, and it's pretty much just a straight, nah, we're gonna take over from the 1st of Jan 2026. Oh, Isole. Is there any more on that also? Oh man. Talk about a week of awesome sport. Obviously our result went well the other week over MMT, or the Tonga 13. But man, why is it every time when we're doing well, Pacifica and the media loves to do this, man. They like to shit on us when we're on glory, right? Just like how they play in the games on Sundays. Like, they know our Pacifica people like to go to church on Sundays, have big gongais and stuff, but then they're gonna put them in a space where, oh man, should we get to the game? Well, probably the 5 hours giving the launga over the Sunday mass service. And then they go and publish this however many arrests. Like, really? I don't know, bro. I'm disgusted by the news media's outlets these days, man. Like, who wants to publish that? Who wants to go first on that?
I didn't see the arrest. I saw there was a few. I saw this one video, and this girl, she was with her sister. They were wearing Tongan gears, and they got bumped by accident by a Samoan fan, and words were exchanged, and both parties were like close to like swinging. But you know what happened? All the crowd jumped in to stop it. Like, it was our own people jumping in. Hey guys, come down, you know, and like they both parties separated, and it was all good. But like, I feel like, especially when there's an event that uplifts our people, they tend to scrutinize the smaller things. You know what I mean? They try and find division. Like, man, that's why I got big ups for the Tokelau movement. Just for our communities to come together, man. It's just, I don't know, the way social media does it. Like this one podcast I watched, and it was this white guy, and he was saying, oh man, like that Toa Samoa versus Tongan 13 was kind of like on the level of State of Origin. And immediately this one guy was like, nah, it's not. Don't ask a Queenslander that question because you'll say no. Like for Queensland, it's not like that. Blah blah. A New South Walesman will say it. Like it's always like nitpicky, But it's like, yeah, I mean, there's always people in every community that does it. I'm pretty sure people getting arrested at like that grand final. I'm pretty sure there would have been people like drinking in public.
On Monday.
Yo, hard. But like, always notice that when it comes to the Pacifica teams, even when the Kiwis go over and play in Aussie, I noticed that we always get picked on in the media. It's always Channel 7, man. Come on, man. But yeah, how about you, Cavs?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. They seem to put the negative news when it comes to our fan engagement,
Yo.
But they don't seem to do anything when it comes to their stuff, So, and you can tell because I don't think there's any negative news when, yeah, you're right, grand finals for the years, or State of Origins for the years. There's bound to be some fights, but they're not going to show it. they're not going to put it on TV. But to make us the scapegoat here. Yeah. And like you said, like what you described was nothing. And they made a big deal out of it. Oh, look, there's a big rumble over there on the stand F. On the F stand there, whatever. But yeah, man, it's sad when that happens. But they should know that it's all good for the game. It's all good for the game.
Yeah.
The passion,
the passion. The 60,000 in Suncorp Bay. They counted up 60,000, and that was a Sunday too. So no one went to church. But yeah, man, our people still support, man. But man, that last week's game, man, that was awesome. That was an awesome spectacle, man. And if anything, and I think some of those NRL podcasts have said it too, like it's good for the game. It was good for the game. Like you saw a crowd, you see crowds like that at grand finals, you see crowds like that in State Origins. Now you see crowds like that Tonga versus Samoa. So we can pull those crowds, man. We can compete with the crowds with those established competitions now. So I don't know if they're hating on that or are they jealous of that or they think, oh wow, our competition is gonna be dumbed down. Because if you watch the highlights or watch the game, the Kangaroos and England game, the second test, so it was bloody boring, man. That was a boring ass
Straight
game,
up
man.
was-
Fuck. And tell me something. Do you want to watch a whole bunch of Balinese playing rugby league, or do you want to watch a whole bunch of Islanders playing rugby league? I mean, what's the best? I just give you those two.
Comparisons.
Hey, I
Nice
just give you those two.
straight
What
up.
do you want to watch?
Nah,
But yeah,
bro,
man, I watched the highlights of the England game. Man, that was only a low score.
Low score.
Low score.
They're not big on flags, eh?
Nah,
England
they're
and
not
all that. Yeah.
But-
It's more crowd noise, eh?
Yeah.
But the energy was much more energy at the Tongan and Samoa game, man, and you know, it's awesome. It's awesome to see that we can pull in those crowds. Talk about Takeover Kelston Boys. How about Takeover of NRL, man? Fuck. People gonna be jealous of that, man.
Do you reckon that thunderstorm was an indication that we shouldn't play on Sunday?
Yeah, it was, bro.
Yeah,
It was
probably.
It was
a
on my
sign, eh?
sala over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
in the thunderstorm. Hey, we have to mankua, you tour, man. Man, I'm fefe now.
Yeah, I think it's pathetic, hey. Like, I think it's pathetic that a reporter would, like, even just a media outlet would just go as far as trying to find out police reports on how many people got arrested, like, during something like that. Like, that is the worst of the worst you can report, man. And if that's your family member coming to Kongai or the next family meal and you see them, just give them a little, That's stupid, bro. You report about that stuff. It's like the meanest waste of energy, eh? But shout outs to all the MMT and the Toa supporters for, man, like, just seeing video reel of just panning shots. Even people like just taking selfies of themselves and then turning their cameras just to get a glimpse of what was happening every time Samoa scored. Like, galo fight. But you know what you gotta love, man? It's how the Tonga fans are still gonna sit there, even if they're like, but you know, just not. Still hold their fours up in the air, man. Like, that's awesome, mate. Like, yeah, man. I think Eden Park, man, they gotta outdo the Brisbane crowd, man. I don't know, man. Tonga gotta show up, bro. But it is Sunday today. But yeah, just imagine if the game was on a Saturday, dude, or Friday night. Different story, bro. Different story. That would have been
the oldies
packed,
there
eh?
too.
Yeah, man.
The
But I
oldies will
mean,
go
like,
too.
fuck, there is no way. You're not even Australian supporters. Like, I think the best comparison I saw was they had a video inside the tour. This is just straight after the game of all the boys. Just some guys were in undies, some guys were standing on the bleachers, like inside the changing room, like just celebrating, like just clapping to a song. Then I showed the inside the changing room of Australia team. It was like crickets. Can you hear the crickets? It's like, if that's a comparison of what it feels like to be in an atmosphere and a team environment. Tonga, Samoa, man, win hands down, bro. Like, that is like the comparison right there. But yeah, man, this person writing these reports, man, fucking lay off, man.
Yo.
Go do that shit in Inglewood or something. Yeah, go do that in Los Angeles with all the Hummels and the Tongas at. Man, fuck. That's just, I can't even let, man.
The reporter's angry he got left behind to go to England.
Master, wait, master.
Well, it's good to see all the flags out there on the streets, there, man. Like the game's not even here. Last week the game wasn't even here, but you see all the flags out.
Yo,
And that's the good thing, yeah. In Samoa, all the flags were out. Like they did the parades there.
Friday night, the convoys were out in town. I was like, we could hear the sirens. Oh, surely.
Yeah, nah, Tongans know how to bring that love, eh? Like, I remember watching video of the fans meeting the players at the park. So they Tongans rolled deep, eh? It was pretty amazing to see. But then I saw this other video, and this is like little boy who was so eager. He wanted to have a photo of Halasima. But he was standing there waiting, and Halasima was right there. And then the people just rushed there. And the poor Kama got put behind it. And like, the person who the video was like, "Oh, do you still like Halasima?" No. All these stupid people blocked me from seeing them. And I was like, kind of fine, man. But yeah, shout out to Toto for giving us jersey as well to that young girl.
Bro,
as
that
well.
guy's got to be like the Pacific Island player of People's Player of the Year, bro. Of like fans,
100%, man.
bro. These endless videos of him. Even what I like, he even does these what Stephen Adams ones. What do you say? These please and thank you ones. Like, bro, that's how you keep kids humble. You can't just go, "Can I have your beats?" Bro, like that guy's the man, bro.
Facts.
Country mile. Seki, man, we'll get into our weekend wrap of sport, 10 for 10. Did you catch any sport over this weekend? Was there any sport even at all, actually?
I watched the Wallabies lose to England, man. But, man, that was a good game, man. That was a good game, especially in the first half. That was intense because it was sort of back and forth. The Wallabies, man, feel sorry for them, man, when they lose, because I want them to do well, considering they got a Kiwi coach and a few Samoan players in their team. Hunter by Samoa, he played. Suli, he played. Yeah, man.
Alator?
Alator was there too.
Shelton?
Nah, he wasn't there. But
How good
yeah,
a
look-
convert is having Sui Leti play for the Australians, bro.
yeah,
I reckon
Yeah, he's
two more stars players from the NRL and the Australian team, bro. They're gonna be hard to stop, bro. I reckon come World Cup time.
but they'll get Maki Mark back during World
Yeah.
Cup. Yeah, I think he's got one more year with the Wizards and he's off. But yeah, I watched that game. I watched the replay of that game because that game was at 4 a.m. I woke up about 7 and watched the replay before I watched the All Blacks game. But it was cool because I think England plays All Blacks in 2 weeks' time. So England look pretty good, eh? England look pretty good against the Wallabies. They look almost like they're on par with the All Blacks. Maybe the All Blacks are a bit better. But their game plan beat Wallabies, and their game plan was winning the aerial battle, and they played it really well. They got mobile forwards that their number 8 Ben Earl. He had a good game. He's fast. He's like a fast version of Parker for the All Blacks. Yeah, but he's bigger and strong too. The young number 8 that came off the bench, Pollock. I first saw him when he played for the Lions. He was really good for the Lions, and yeah, he's probably one of the up and coming star players, number 8 there. But yeah, they sort of ran away with it in the second half. England did in the last 20 minutes there. Yeah, man, did in the All Blacks game. Did you watch the All Blacks game, Eddie?
I haven't watched any highlights either.
Was there a red card?
Bro, so the All Blacks game, like, in comparison to the Wallabies game, All Blacks game in general, a lot of stop and starts. The ref owned that game. So the ref practically ruined that game, the ref and the TMO. They just, and it started with that red card. So there was a tackle on Beauden Barrett, but the guy I think it was a prop or loose foot. He got up high and bumped into Beauden Barrett, but Beauden Barrett's head just connected, but it was just the graze. It was nothing, man. If you see the replay, yep, it was a high tackle, but his body was high. He just sort of grazed Beauden Barrett's head, and then he got a yellow card, which was cool because if you go by the rules, any contact at the head is a yellow card. Any contact, no matter how much of impact it is. And this was like low level impact, like nothing, like a slap to your cheek impact, a graze to your cheek impact. And then he got that yellow card turned into a red card. So it's like, bro, it's like, man, if that's the standard for red cards these days, watch out, World Cup, man. You're going to have 50 red cards, especially with those teams that are like those round robin teams, eh? So you can't at all touch the head at all.
Yeah.
Man, it's gonna be hard, eh?
Anything accidental or even like there's no mitigation. Even when they say that's you're coming in too high. Anything accidental, bro, like it's always gonna get reviewed, and then the team may just like look what happened to Sam Kane at the World Cup, man. It's like, bro, that's still. You go for a 10 and then you stay off for the whole game. That's the new call. You got Sam Kane.
Do you reckon they should change that rule where it's a red, where when it gets upgraded to a red card, that player can't return, but let's say after 20 minutes,
Yeah, they have that
a replacement
in World
player can
Rugby.
jump on. Oh, okay, they do.
They have that in World Rugby now. They didn't have that last year, but they have that now.
Yep.
But still, like I'm just thinking, man, how many of the Manu Samoa boys gonna have the same thing in the World Cup? You know, like there's nothing in a red card. Oh my gosh.
Not the 12 against 15 ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's like,
it's too late.
damn, I can see it.
Can't replace the player, man.
Well, I can see it.
Kalunga.
But Ireland played real well. They were real strong first half. All Blacks just ran away with it in the last 10 minutes. So you got to be an 80-minute team if you're going to play the All Blacks. But All Blacks looked like they were gonna lose. I was kind of like, if they lose, there's another red strike on Razor. So,
Our predictions for the Tonga and Kiwis game. The margin's 18, is it? 17 points, but 18 to play off against the Toa in next week's final. Which way are we swinging, Eddie?
It's going to be tough. I reckon if Tonga win, it'll be golden point. If Kiwis win, I think it'll be about 4. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I like both teams, both forward packs, but yeah, I'm leaning Kiwis just by 2. Yeah, Kiwis by 2. I think it'll be 22-20.
yeah, I'm going for Kiwis. Because the Kiwis had a good game against Toa Samoa. Toa Samoa had a good game against Kiwis. They were just unlucky, I thought. Then when Samoa played Tongan the next week, Samoa stepped up, so they improved a lot. So I'm looking for improvement for both these teams. Tonga last week didn't play really well, if you think of it, like across the board. Like they weren't too flash, they weren't too hot. Samoa overtook them. But I know they will improve against the Kiwis. They'll play better than last week, that's for sure. But I know that the Kiwis will play better than Samoa. So if you look at that sort of thing, like they'll both improve. But I think for Tonga it won't be enough, and the Kiwis will win.
Nice, boys. Yeah, I'm gonna go Kiwis. 12 and under. Yeah, just I don't think the man, they just got too much strength right across the park. They just got too much strength right across the park. If there was something that they lack that I've seen from like the first Tonga, the first Toa and Kiwis game was the 4th and 5 option inside the half. I think they get a bit lazy. Whereas the Toa, that razzle dazzle that we're seeing is like, man, it's out of nothing. It's from nothing, right? It's that I think the commentators are calling it that backyard footy, where you just chuck in the ball from your muli and just pulling it off and scoring. It's the finish for me, But the Kiwis, I don't think they have that now that they're missing a few, finishes. Nah, it'll be an interesting game, I reckon. So I went under Kiwis to win that game. Second, boys, we've got a little bit of a wind back from last week's episode, and that was what now for Dre Parker. Clearly, I mean, I'd say from 80% of the posts that I'm seeing on the Boxing Network about the early stoppage, it's pretty much not favourable for Joe's next fight. Or if he has a next fight, he was scheduled. He did call out a schedule before he took on this Woodley fight that he was going to fight in December. Whether it happens or not, or what's the plan of attack for him? Where do you guys reckon he should go from here?
Well, hopefully in the contract is a rematch clause, right? So hopefully he gets a rematch.
He should take the rematch if there is.
Take the rematch.
Yeah.
And then, then try and get Usyk after that if he gets the win. But yeah, I think can't take a hit too much. Got to think one fight at a time.
Yeah.
I reckon get that rematch. Focus on it, reset, and hopefully get success.
Nice. 3 games.
Yeah. I think I said it last week. I think it's going to be a hard journey if he has to go down the ranks and start all over again, like bring himself up again. I don't know if his age is going to allow him to think of doing that all over again, because he's done it before, and now he has to do it again. If he doesn't get that rematch, I don't know if he's got a rematch clause or not, but if he has, he should take it and see where that takes him. If he wins that fight, but man, it was like you said. Let's say last week, like he looked bigger, and that probably was his sort of like his downfall, or like in terms of like going the distance, 11 rounds. They stopped the fight, so yeah, we'll just have to see. But man, I just hope things will work well. If he decides to stay in it and start over again, or start from where he needs to start from, and still continue getting his dream to be the champ again, then all power to him.
100%, man. I know. Find that desire, also let that flame burn deep in you, bro. Because, bro, you got a chin, bro, granite, man. And those hands, also, maybe just get those lemurs a little bit more fatigued deep in the the deeper waters, man, and for those haymakers also, like, yeah, even just watching that last round over again was pretty tough to watch for myself personally. And you gave me flashbacks of like when you saw Tua take a knee. I had the same gut feeling, like that mighty feeling, like, oh no. And when I watched Joe, like, not throwing anything back, but they just watching how much his face had taken a beat from that last round. I think in between rounds you didn't see Joe look as bad as he did was when he did in the press conference. But yeah, I hope he gets back on the horse and takes that rematch. It'll be good for him. It'll probably give him a better direction of where he wants to go post career if he does finish up.
100%.
Seki, man, comments corner. What have you got for us, Eddie?
Comments corner. I went into TikTok and they were talking about the Mele Huwhanga, giving her flowers and whatnot. And a lot of people agree with you, Leti. She was a big loss for the Broncos, and how she is outside of the field. And a lot of people say that their character is really, she's really outspoken about things, but she's really down to earth. She doesn't shy away from telling the honest truth, and I think that's what a lot of fans were talking about. But yeah, shout out to all the people on TikTok giving their flowers for Mele Huwhanga. Seki.
Nice rules. I like a sport of news, man. There's only one little bit of news, bro, and that's just like turning Kelston Boys High School, the only all-boys state school in West Auckland, into a charter school, man. Man, if you want to read up on some info on it, man, check out the website or even jump on the Empty Out the Clip page. One of our constant posters, Phil Butty, posted a bit of a info in there, and click on the link, man. But yeah, answer the 3 questions and security will let you in. Nothing on local sport, but from there was, I think this weekend, the Pacific Cup grades, which is from the under 13s at under, that took place at just down here in Mount Blockhouse Bay at whose competition is it? Is it Beira School? So there's been no post on it, so I haven't been able to update, but I will update us next week. So local sport and news. Bro, it's one of the favorite segments of the show, man. What have you been watching? Start with you, Eddie, man. What have you been watching? What's been on your
Oh man, because I missed out last week on the podcast. I was busy, so I watched your podcast and I heard Cam's talking about The Long Walk. So I went and watched it today with the boys. Man, that movie is pretty cool, eh? Like the concept and everything, but the ending, yeah. I was a little bit lost at the ending, and I had to search online about it and read about it. And a lot of people were giving like their 10 cents about it. Some people were really insightful, man. And apart from that, I've convinced one of the boys to start watching Tulsa King with me. So we're gonna start that soon. And I want to try and watch like 2 episodes and then watch 2 reactions that you guys put up. So yeah, gonna start that soon. But one of the series that I'm really into at the moment is the Physical 100 Asia.
Oh, yo.
Oh, man, it's
got
good.
the Us on it, eh?
Yeah, Eddie Williams, man.
Yo.
From South Auckland, bro.
Where's the link for that, Us? Can you share that? Where can you watch that?
Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Or, the usual websites. But yeah. Nah, it's really good, eh? Man, everyone's got, like Manny Pacquiao, bro. He's on it. And he's got that aura. Yeah. He's got that aura, around him. But, like, there was this one part where, like, they went around the room and each captain from each country had to say something. And, like, everyone was doing those, Indonesia, anyone that gets in our way, we'll bowl through them, all that, go for all the countries, Mongolia and all that. And then when it came to Philippines, I was like, yeah, well, let's go Pacquiao. But because he's such a nice guy, he goes, we fight with team spirit and, we will get the crown. Thank you. He's just such a nice guy, bro. And, like, he said it, everyone just paid him that respect, eh? But, no. Honestly, if you guys are into, like, combat, challenges and team building exercises, man, jump on Physical 100 Asia. Yo, Seki.
Nice. Yeah, I've been watching a bit of YouTube. I've been watching Sunny Jim and Dre Skrilla, their travels around Europe.
He's with him right now, eh?
Yeah, he's with him right now. So Dre Skrilla lives in Malta, and Sunny Jim's gone over there to be with him. I think for Dre Skrilla's mental health to get back into vlogging again, because he's been on like a down buzz. But now it's good to see them back in action again, eh? Like I remember those two when they first started, eh, with their skits. This is crack up, man. And the thing that made me fall in love with Sunny Jim's skits is we did the skit ages ago when you hear a bit of music, like you hear a song, and then he goes, "Shall we get a box?" And then another situation when he's in the car, then the song plays. Oh, shh, that's my jam. Shall we get a box? So man, that was funny, man, and that was so relatable. But anyway, yeah, man, I've been watching their YouTubes, man. It's been pretty cool. They were in Rome, going to check out the Colosseum, and it was a funny video because they were paranoid because they were told when they got to Rome to watch out for the pickpocketers. Yeah. So they were like on high alert. Everyone that came up to them, because they were like they don't look Italian, so everyone was staring at them. Everyone was pointing at them and that. So they were like high alert and they were like paranoid as. But now, man, I've been watching those guys do their vlogs over there in Europe. It's pretty funny. I've also been watching It. So it's got a TV series. It's a prequel. It's on Neon HBO. It's called Return to Derry. I watched the first episode. Yeah, it's kind of scary, but I don't know if I want to continue the stories a bit. If you like, it's sort of like, what do you call it? Stranger Things. With the kids go on an adventure, and they battle a monster and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I watched that, but I thought, nah, I won't continue with that. So yeah, that's my opinion on that one. Yeah, man, that's me.
Jackie.
Nice. I've been watching much. I did check out also Jackson Fett's yarn that they had with the tour last week. It was pretty hard case. Then I started watching Spanish anime because he's been in my A of socials for a bit, and then he obviously posts, man. But I gotta say, bro, I loved his stuff before he got his new teeth. But man, the amount of hate this guy can get on his first video back, I'm not used to him being recorded like a professional, right? But him and the GoPro was sicky. Now it's a different take. It's like you're watching, if you used to watch Short Street back in the day, it's like how you watched it back in the day to their new stuff. It's like, it feels funny, but unless you really engage and like his content. But yeah, it's just been weird, eh? I haven't been able to watch anything else apart from Shorty and Tulsa King, but you can check out our Tulsa King review on our TV and Film Network on YouTube. I've been trying to find I don't know. I'm into watching live recordings of music clips. There's a Jet song, and one of their lead singers, she sang "You Got It All." Sean Stockman plays the guitar on it, and about 2 weeks ago, it was probably the most hit video that he's shared. And yeah, bro, Moana from the Jets, bro. So like, that song to me is just gold. Ever since I heard them sing it live in the Philippines with the live band, oh, bro, it's stuck, eh? It's probably like 3 years old now, but yeah, just her being on Sean Stockman's his podcast, because he's had a few musicians on, you know, and like I think he even sung Ronnie with Bobby Brown. Like the algorithm just keep taking me to live songs where he's playing the kikola. I think because he learned how to play the guitar quite late, so the fact that he's actually practicing and he's got the singers on his pod singing through the mic as well is like pretty sick, yeah. So now every time he posts one and he'll upload it to YouTube, I'll just have a geese and it's been the watch, eh? Like I end up downloading it and listen to it when I go for my walks. So shout out to that guy.
The Jets, my favorite Jets song of all time, Curiosity.
Oh, okay. Man, I've probably gotta listen to more of the pieces then. Shaky, man. We got a food review? Anyone got a food review? Man, I can do a bakery update one.
Oh shit.
So for the last 4 weeks, because I've been going to gym, right? And I've noticed that not many people have Gatorade. So I've been drinking Gatorade, like just to hydrate after a walk, and then I'll go to the gym. And it's the Gatorade grape, sugar-free one. Now it's been good. Like I thought, man, this is a good drink. It keeps you hydrated. It's a liter. Usually get it for about $4.50. Then yeah, man. It wasn't until one of the girls brought home a Powerade grape, and it's a green bottle. Now this side to side, solid. So she bought me an actual one, which wasn't the sugar-free one. But then I did see they sell it in the sugar-free. Oh, bro, that's a freeway tie, man. And I need people to comment below which one is the goat, man. And that's the Gatorade grape, sugar-free, or the Powerade normal, or the Powerade sugar-free one, man. Cause solid, bro. For summer drinks, like I'm talking about, I'm not thinking pina coladas this sunny day, but if you need that hit, man, oh man, this might be the new hangover remedy, man. Maybe try that. But yeah, you guys gotta let us know, man. Cause yeah, right now I'm like conflicted, cause I was drinking my own apple crisp, and I thought, man, this is a good hit, but it's a bit expensive for the 700ml. But yeah, right now, man. But anyways, to my food review, I went to Tiger Bakehouse, man, because I've been going in before the gym, and I noticed that they didn't have the Gatorade, so I'll just keep me the Mizone. But yeah, I've been gotta come back and try your potato top, because it's been a minute since I tried it, man. So today, I finally bought one. I had a bite. It's giving like seki. It's so good. So I had another bite, and I'm gonna say it now. I did give it a 5 before. It's about a 3.5. Sadly, it's about a 3.5. I was disappointed, man. The crust has changed, and the potatoes are a lot more burnt on top. And right about now, of the Roberts Road shops comparisons of the potato tops, I'm gonna give Baker Boys their flowers, man. That's still a 4.5, 5 on a good day. But yeah, compared to the Bakehouse Territory Road on Emerson Road, man, yeah, it's only giving me like a 3.5, man. And I hadn't had anything to eat, bro, so I was just like, oh, looking forward to having my day off and tasting it. But yeah, 3.5 stars. If anyone's got another bakery out there that we should review and let us know what pie it is, man, give us a holler, man, because shucks, a potato top pie right now is about a good pie to, especially on a cold day, man. It's been cold lately, yeah. Yeah, that's my food
It's
review.
in the morning, yo. Check
We got a memory lane, and I thought this would be an interesting one, man. Seeing this all Pacific Rugby League at the moment, but just throwing it over to you, give you a minute each. What's your most memorable Pacifica game? Kiwis Toa versus Kiwis, MMT versus Toa. Like, that stands out in your mind.
I think there was just these two games. Once, I think it was in Australia, and Tonga was just gonna score the winning try, and then Pritchard shoulder barged the winger into the crowd. Do you remember that one? It was a close one.
Was it Toa 4, eh? Was it Toa 4 and it was Frank and what's his name? The prop from the Bulldogs.
Yo, Frank Pritchard. Yeah, bang. Oh.
Was it a try though, or was this a loud try?
Nah, it was we if someone scored that, they would have won, but we banged them into the sideline. I was like, eesh.
Was it Sam Cassiano and her mate? They did the tackle in the corner.
It was crazy, bro. And then I think every other game would be like Tonga beating Australia at Eden Park, and Toa Samoa beating England at the last World Cup.
Yo.
Those will be my top 3 games. Yeah. Sick.
Yeah, my memories are blur when it comes to the old school games. But one that sticks out for me is not particularly a game, but that last Rugby League World Cup when Tonga and Samoa played against each other. It was a quarterfinal, eh? It was quarterfinal.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even the game itself. It was when they did the Sivitau and the Zipitau. Like when they were face to face up on the screen, man. Man, that stays with me for the longest time. Just the energy. Wow, that was me. And you know, these are the two teams, Samoa and Tonga, with probably some of the best players in the game that year, right?
Yeah.
Both teams that could have played for Kiwis, could have played for Australia, but chose to play for the nations. The first time these two teams were stacked of star players, man. So that one and the one you mentioned, Eddie, about when Samoa beat England and that kick that Stephen Crowder kicked them to the final.
That commentating was so bad. Yeah. Like there was
But
one
even the
where they
camera
go-
work was shady. I don't want to see the reaction from the coach. Fuck that.
It's like when they're talking about Swahili, he's like, oh, you know, runs like a blah blah, looks like a rhinoceros. It's like, yo. And then Talon May, they were like Tiny May with the ball. The best one was I think it was Samoa's second try, and all the Samoan forwards were like in a group. And like the commentators like, oh, Samoa needs to spread out. Look, they're all in a group. You can throw a blanket over their forward pack and they wouldn't even know. And then they scored the try in the corner and he went quiet. I was like, bro. Like, come on, man. Relax, cuz.
So those English commentators are
They're the
worse
worst,
than they're worse than Marshall.
Yo.
Well, yeah, Mo's gonna be the 2017 Kiwis MMT game at in Waikato. Like I thought that game was fire, man. Like it was tit for tat, and the Samoan players were playing in the Kiwis jersey played really well as well. But just the turn of events, when Fafita was just on fire, bro. Like fuck, he was taking 3 or 4 players and doing those offloads. It's like, damn, those offloads are deaf. And then when Tamalolo come off the bench and he came back on for his last 20, it was like, game over Kiwis. I was like, bro, the nail on the coffin when he came back on, bro, because every play, I think he took like a couple of hit-ups in the same set. I was like, fuck, that's why that guy's worth the money he's worth, man. I'll be that one for
That
sure.
was when Sean Johnson came on the post-match interview and hated on the crowd, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
was
you
it?
remember that?
Bro, that's gonna lead into one of our questions too next. But it'll be that. I gotta go find that report, that conversation now. That one, and then the tour England, like, bro, when Credit did that kick so late and just, bro, I remember playing the Toso song over the top of that kick, bro. Like, fuck, that was superb, like, made you so proud. And then what it did for all of us back here, that's when we had our little beep beep going on with our flags, bro. Had about 7 flags on my truck, and then had the flagpole outside my house. I was like, so like, what a day, man, what a day. But yeah, there's
When they showed the coaches box there and they were celebrating. That was cool too.
hard. Ongai.
Should have seen him after the first game against Australia this year. The first Ash test. These were-
Now, second man, we'll get into our opinions. So, like, just going off what Cam said about the interview post game, the Kiwis Tonga, but obviously, there's a little videos going around of Sean Johnson and those guys on their podcast, but his take on booing the haka. Give you a minute each, man. What is your take on it? Like, when the tour played, when we played last week, and the booing that came from the crowd. Or was it the round 1 of the Pacific series?
I got no problem with it, man. No problem whatsoever. You can boo the haka, you can boo a haka, you can do whatever you want. That is fan engagement. That was the fans. You have to feed off the fans. If anything, the players will feed off the fans too. Like, how many times do you get booed as a player and they tell stories about, man, how come you played real well today? You were like the man of the match. You know why? Because the crowd booed me.
Yo.
If you step on the opposition's court or the opposition's field and that. So, yeah, man, it's good. It's good for the game. It's good for engagement, especially sports engagement. When they say, when music artists, they always thank the fans when they win the award. Because without the fans, there will be no me.
Yeah.
It's the same in sports, man. Without the fans, there will be no sport. Because there will be no one in the crowd. No one cares. But man, 60,000 people care. And 60,000 people were booing. And if that boo angers some New Zealand Kiwi supporters that never went to the game and make them go to the game the next week, well, that's what it's all about. That's what fan engagement is all about. So now I've got no problem with the booing. It's part of fan engagement. You gotta actually embrace that rather than push that back. And if you're a player, if you're a professional athlete, man, that comes with the territory, man. It comes in the job description. So I don't know, what was Sean Johnson's take on it? He didn't agree with it.
Yeah, he was talking about there needs to be some sort of respect for the home, especially during the haka.
Nah. You can't. It's all part of fan engagement. It's all part of bringing the sport up. It's all part of bringing other people in emotionally. Because the fans feed off emotions. and it helps the game. So
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of booing the haka, but it kind of motivated the Kiwis to play harder. Like, yo, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be the haka. I love the Kiwis haka. I'm one of those fans that would just like watch all the hakas, but I think the Kiwis use it as motivation. Like, it's in the end, that kind of worked for them, really. But I was told by a lot of my friends that went to the game, and these are Kiwi supporters. Kiwi supporters were booing the haka as well. The Sivatau. So they just weren't as loud as the Samoa supporters. So yeah, yeah, it's just good banter. I wouldn't do it myself particularly, but if someone started booing the Sivatau or the Kiwi haka and I was there, it's like, you're just gonna motivate us to push harder. So yeah, that's my take from that. Yeah, because I love the Kiwis, I love the Kiwis, love MMT, love Toa. So those are my three teams, man. But
Yeah, nah, it's a without the fans, there is no real sport. Oh, like that's a good thing, man. The fan engagement. Yeah, I don't think how players sort of take offense to it, like especially for Sean. He's obviously triggered because now the Cavs mentioned the interview post Tonga game about the booing, like, and them being on New Zealand and the game taking place here. I think that's obviously showing that he was triggered from that game and still holds on to it. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Yeah, I suppose if I was playing, I'd be using that as fuel to play better. But yeah, for him to talk about it, and he's been out of the game for a while, and it's just he's still holding on to stuff. It's like, surely let it go, mate. The game's already done and dusted. It's already in the books. Seki. It's just another There's a cop over in Oz, bit of road rage, man. So a guy was driving in his work truck. He's obviously come to a merging lane, and a cop has been off duty and was in the inside lane. Obviously, this guy has just been driving normally, and now all of a sudden, this lady off-duty cop has run the plate after a bit of giving the guy a bit of birdies for him to see in his rear view. But he's obviously got the dash cam running. He's then received a phone call, and it happens to be the lady following behind. So she's obviously an off-duty cop who's run his plate. Opinion. So was she within her powers to use this information and call the driver while being on her phone? Even though driving on your phone is not allowed in Australia. But going as far as telling him that he was an F-quit while he's recording it on his camera. Justified or not justified? This is her own personal vehicle too.
it's like a stay in your lane type thing, eh?
yeah,
It's like like a stay in your lane type thing. Like, why would you?
was the guy like?
No, he actually did nothing wrong. He was adhering to the road rules. I think because you can't overtake from the inside lane, and she was actually behind him, and the road was actually merging, but she was just doing this, trying to get around him. I was frustrated that she was just running late, but she was obviously speeding, real right up his ass and stuff. Give him the fingers, and then a couple of minutes later, the man got a phone call, and it was her.
Nah, man, no, yeah.
What,
yeah.
does she want to go on a date with him or something? Or why? What kind of Karen do you have to be to get the number and call? A bit of road rage. Is that the same person who followed the car and put the letter on the windscreen?
Makes you wonder, man.
The same lady that reported the fights.
Now, second, man, that's our last of the opinions. We'll get into our new segment, which is the hacks of life. Now, we're going to take this post that Filippo has shared, and it's a bit of a questionable one, depending who you ask. But this was from a concerned wife post that her husband has a mare doll, which is a SEX sex doll. And is it wrong or right? Yeah.
Wait,
She's come to ask us, is it wrong or right? A sex doll. This is a married couple. So we'll throw it over to producer Cams because this lady obviously wants a bit of I don't know, bro. I can't even explain this one, bro.
No.
I can't even. Don't know if it was like
there must be a breakdown in communication. Yeah, I think there must be a breakdown in communication in their relationship when it comes to sex. Because obviously the man feels he needs a sex doll and go behind her back and use it. Well, I don't know. Like if I don't know, they're not having sex. Is that why? Like, is that why he's doing it, or is it just some sort of like fantasy he's got? I don't know, but I think the first thing to do, man, for this girl is to talk to your husband. Ask him why he's got a sex doll, and is it her? Just have that communication, man. Because in relationships, it's all about communication. And yeah, man, I think that's an easy thing to solve. Like, yeah, find out if it's like I don't know, like something more than just her or them. What happens in their bed? I don't know, but yeah, I think just ask him and have a chat and try to get rid of that doll. I think. Or imagine if he says, "Oh," or imagine if the answer is she gets a doll. I don't know. Maybe it's some freak shit. Maybe he's into plastic. I don't know, but yeah, man, that girl should so talk to her husband.
Not the doll with the changing parts. So he can interchange it. Oh. Like, what did he buy it off? Like, what did like those ads that run? They used to run on Channel 4 like 3 a.m. or something. 4 easy payments of $49.99.
So what's wrong with Afterpay? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know. I guess what happens behind closed doors is up to them. But is it the wife that's complaining? Is she saying that?
Yeah, the wife's complaining.
Yeah, like, the wife's always going to be better than the doll. I mean, the doll can't cook. The doll can't talk back, and blah blah. Maybe it's just him. He might just have an issue. I don't know.
Yeah. She needs to find out if her husband's a freak first, and then they can sort it out.
Has the wife actually seen how he uses the doll? Because no, hear me out. What if he's like dressing her up, putting her in the backyard and tackling her? Like, it's just like like it's a tackle doll. Like he's not using it that way. Like, we're just assuming. Maybe she said you can't have female friends, and he's like, oh, okay, I'll buy one. I don't know, bro. Like, I'm just...
be scary, eh? He's having dinner with it. He's having dinner with it.
Yeah.
Dressing up, having dinner with it, eh? Like it's a mannequin almost.
Yo.
You know what? And I just watched that Netflix film, the monster, Ed Jean. That's what he does to me. I don't know. If that's the case, young lady, then I reckon just divorce and get away as far as possible.
Yeah. I don't know. Just get a knife and stab the doll. Speaking of the Ed Gein, man, I can't watch that. I tried.
It's pretty hard to watch it.
That first episode, I stopped it. But yeah, I got no advice to give because, like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, listeners. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what? If I'm this lady, I'm like, okay, show me what you do. Show me what you're doing. Record him what he's doing.
Yeah, he might like it.
Record him.
He might like it.
Record him and show him what he's doing. And be like, do you want me to show your family? Oh, you better cut it out, eh? You better cut it out. And then, yeah, get the help he needs. And if he's still worth staying with him later, then bite the bullet, or otherwise, yeah, pack your bags and leave my house. Just like the famous words of Shan when he asked Van Damme, do you, your brother, your family. Nah, Seki, man. We got our Fia Poko of the weeks. Are you able to play those, producer Cams, in the feature? No, this one's from the Observer Samoa, and it's obviously one of the cabinet ministers who's used a derogatory word, not realizing they are being recorded live in the Polynesian Samoa. And he calls the dude AKE.
No way. No way.
Gotta fight this guy. And this guy's been famous because, man, I don't know how many videos this guy's come up and they got him saying, listen. Like, this guy is just straight out the gate, man. But yeah, just as the camera pans away from him, he ends up saying, yeah, okay.
Ya, no fela supan. Dai dia ia no tong faya. Sama tu alat. Ili faya. Alanga sa noale. Sunga ya au. Masih boleh sungai fafengaina. Ini mamal. Oh, amata til parliament.
In the famous words of David Toa, there are ways and there are ways. See, mute no mic, man, sorry. The next one is from it's a place from Tonga Rugby League, and I love that when they did the tour, they got the guys to share about themselves, but obviously while they've been in Tonga, while jumping on a plane, they actually got the new boys to introduce themselves and where they're from. Bro, I thought this was gold, bro. But this is like a beautiful way to introduce yourself to to your team environment if people don't know where you're from.
Hello, Leti. My name is Mama. My dad's from Morocco and my mom's from Toa.
You gotta show love for the Toko, man, because everyone knows who's made it out of old tires, made it big, man. But yeah, that was my whakare. What a tika way to introduce yourself to the team, man. Everyone knows the heavy hitters from the Tin City. Another one, bro, I thought, well, this is awesome, bro. This probably would have been posted 2 weeks ago, yeah. Heading up to New North Road, and you see this beautiful pine tree. It's on the corner. Everyone knows the pine tree in the corner of Blockhouse Bay Road and New North Road as you head over the train tracks heading towards Avondale.
Yeah.
But explain. You gotta see, how is this even possible, man? Heading up to the lights there on the corner, and you see that. I love it, mate. Love it.
Nothing beats it.
That's 685 to the Central City, bro. That is number one. And then we got a guy here. Kaiser's posted this one. Is educate yourself and practice safe techniques around power tools and stay far clear away from these sort of guys. Yeah, it's a guy who's obviously looks like he's got a either it's a cutting tool, It might be a skill saw to cut through tiles. But he's got no PPE on. That's the first red flag.
Oh.
Jolly.
Oh, the god. Oh. Oh, lucky.
Now the first red flag is, why are you cutting it upright like that? Should be cut it on a level. But yeah, he's obviously trying to cut the sheet while it's already been placed onto wherever it was. But chucking at you guys, man.
Damn.
So Fia Poko.
I reckon.
Yeah, the saw guy. Wow.
Yeah,
man.
That safety rating, that safety guard, he would have been gone, bro.
Yeah, I want to go with the minister, right? How you gonna forget you on? How you gonna forget you're being recorded and just say that as if no one's gonna hear you? See, I wonder how many Kamu and Kalo and Pasipovi that guy had to go to the village after making that derogatory word inside the parliament building. Nice. Without Fia Poko of the week goes to the power tools guy that Chucky posted. Lucky use.
Lucky.
Very hard, eh?
Yo.
Seki, man, that's pretty much wraps up our episode, man. Was there anything you guys wanted to share? Anything up and coming?
This is our last words.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll get to our last words. Sorry.
Oh yeah, man. Just go. Hope for the best for both teams tonight, Kiwis and Tonga. Going for the Kiwis. Go for Tonga. Who am I going for? Man, I think I'll go for Kiwis because I've been going for the Kiwis all my life. I'm going for the Kiwis all my life, even though I'm now Toa Samoa. But yeah, man. It'll be a good game, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, man. And who else? Oh, All Blacks. Anyone keen on All Blacks anymore? Is anyone,
No.
anyone watching All Blacks anymore? I see. There was a no try given to Lester Whanganguku at the last try there, but it was a no try, and he did the S sign. I thought he was Tongan. You probably recognize, eh?
Yo.
Recognize. Yeah, man. That's me.
Seki, man, my last words just thank you. for you produce scams, and Leti and Kaiser for jumping on every week. Thanks to the fans, man, that show the potty some love. You know, really enjoying being on here and sharing my opinion and thoughts on certain issues. But yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for the fans, just like professional sports stars, man, if it wasn't for the people that follow us and watch us and listen to us, we probably wouldn't be here. So appreciate you guys 100%. And yeah, just sharing some love. And you guys are the reason why we jump on and do all these topics. And to the Uso, throw that doll away, please. Get in the PC. You don't need that doll. Your wife's enough. Seki.
So I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank my sister-in-law, Katrina, and my brother-in-law, Solosi Teru, over in Melbourne for letting their daughter, my aunt, come and spend this last week with us over here in NZ. My aunt's like my other daughter. On Tuesday, I got the pleasure of taking all my girls and my baba to McDonald's to dine in. We've never done this, bro. My oldest is 22 this year. Never done it, man. So it was cool to just have her and have breakfast after doing some water walking. And now it was just a morning well spent, and then I paid for it on the toilet that day. Don't ever try a chai latte from McDonald's. No good. But thanks, darling, for being here. And I know I won't be there for your set apart, but just know that I will do my best to email you every week that you're over in California. My last words, to all the Tokelau people around the world and those sharing on our socials to keep our language and the culture alive. It is a dying language. I'm guilty of not keeping it alive in my household, but now with my son Lomi, it's been the goal. I know that the girls are picking up on the lingo a lot more. But my quote, I just thought would be a good share, and it's to everyone. So don't be mad at lazy people. They don't do anything. So a bit of FIFA for there, man. When I hoki te oho ki a feel your bati hoka tai lahi taina mo tō aloha ki te mato fan page. So if you made it this far, smash the like button, give us a like, subscribe and share. We're just a bunch of Usos out here in West Auckland giving our Pacifica point of view and one shot, no retraction. That about does it, man. Get a late in our liver. Check us out, producer Cams.
Let's get the fuck out of here, boys.